Hi Prajwal, how are you?
Hi, sir. I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. How
Hmm,
about you?
I'm good too, thank you. So can you tell us something about yourself?
Yes, sir. First of all, thank you for giving me this opportunity to introduce myself. Good morning. Myself, Prajwal. I hail from Coimbatore. And on the educational front, I have completed my higher secondary education, and
Hmm,
also I have done my BTech in Information Technology. So coming to my working experience, I have 3 years of total experience in working in three different domains.
Mm-hmm.
My first company was Pathfinder Business Analysis.
Okay.
So it is a mortgage-based company where I used to work as a data analyst. So it is not an IT stream. So I worked in non-IT background.
Mm-hmm.
My roles and responsibilities in that company was to prep the document related to the clients. So the ultimate goal is to reduce the house rent tax on US properties.
Mm-hmm.
So due to COVID reasons, the project got ended there, and after that, I got moved to a firm called Focus Educatics, where I worked as a mathematics tutor. It was a online tutoring job. My roles and responsibility was there to take sessions from and solve their problems and teach mathematics to the students.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought it is a purely night shift based job. So I thought I can't able to continue in a long term. So then I tried some another company where I joined information evolution as a senior research analyst. So I got an opportunity to work in a field called firmographics. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it is totally based on fetching the basic details like the company name and their legal address, and how much money will they make, like revenue, assets, and how many staffs are employed there. And finally, we used to fetch their NAICS code. So it is the top tier companies in all over world uh, will be given to us by their clients. So ultimate goal of this process is to make marketing, and our client Holy Grail HG has a directory where they used to upload these data in their directory.
Okay. So why are you looking for a change in the software?
That's a good question. Thank you, sir. So far I am using software applications from a long time since my college days. So I have this urge towards software applications, like how they work. So what is the background strategies, and what and all things will be in background. So we are just using that software, but there are a lot of efforts and time in before their development and execution.
Mm.
So it made me to have a passion about software, where I realized so I love to learn, I love to find new bugs.
Mm.
uh, so it helped to increase the quality of the product.
Mm-hmm. Okay. What do you know about test case hub?
Test case hub.
Hmm.
uh, I know that test case is a document where we used to write some particular specification, how what test, like test plan ID, and uh, product module, product version, revision history, and preconditions,
Hmm.
uh, and expected outcome and actual outcome and post conditions. But test case hub is a new
Hmm.
term to me.
No worries. No.
Sorry.
See, Test Case Hub is actually an open source plugin that you can download, that you can install in your browsers. See, I'm sharing my screen.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Is my screen visible?
One second. Yes, sir. It is visible.
Hmm? So in the
Okay.
Test Case Hub, you will get all available scenarios. Then who are the contributors who have contributed to the test cases? You can search for any functionalities. You can see nearly 1,000 plus test cases are there, right? So
Okay.
various functionalities about various features, you will get test cases. For example, if you want to have the test cases for login page, right? So you will get the test cases over here. Positive, negative test cases, priority based test cases, P1, P2, P3, P4, and which are the web-based test cases, which are the mobile. So it's an open source plugin that has been created by Sanjay Kumar, right? And you will get a lot of idea about what kind of test cases you have to keep and what kind of testing you have to do, right?
What kind of testing? Sounds great, sir. So it will be a great opportunity to freshers like us
Yeah,
to have a knowledge about test cases.
right. So you can just go to this URL testcasehub.net. You can download
Okay.
test cases in the Excel format, CSV format, in the PDF format. You can copy the test cases, right? And if you find any more scenarios, then you can also contribute to this community, right? You will have to log in or sign up in this particular page, right? So this is how the test case hub is working. Okay. Now,
Test
what is the
cases.
difference? Yeah. So what is the difference between test case and test scenario?
Uh, Test case is a kind of a documentation where, in simple words, I can say like if we have the requirements and we need to know what we need to test and what and all we need not to test. So that's where the test cases will come. So test cases will have some specifications like test plan ID and product module, product version, revision history, and uh, what is the main reason we are going to test, and prerequisites,
Mm,
and yeah, expected outcome and actual outcome, and post conditions.
mm,
Whereas in test scenario, it is a high level functionality.
mm,
We can say like test scenario is a group and a combination of test cases. So
mm.
test cases will come under a scenario, test scenario.
Right, right. See, test scenario is not a high-level functionality, it's a high-level documentation which describes end-to-end functionality to be tested. Or you can say end-to-end what you have to test, feature, something like that, right? So that functionality or feature that you have to test. When it comes to test cases, so test cases are the detailed level of documentation, right? In which you will have test steps, you will have test data, you will have expected results, you will have actual results, right? Test scenario
Yes, sir.
is what you have to test, right? And test cases is how you have to test. So that
Okay.
is, yeah. Um, so that is the very much difference. So test scenario will never focus on how to test. That test case will take care,
Got it.
right? Then test
So the
scenarios,
methodologies we used in test cases, and in test scenario, so we need to analyze what to test.
correct, correct. Then test cases are mostly derived from test scenarios. So you were right. The test scenarios are the superset, test cases are the subset, right? Test scenarios are high level actions, test cases are low level actions, right? So test scenarios are pretty much, it will take less time for you to write the test scenarios because you just have to write them on a very high level. For test cases, you would need some more time to write because you have to create end-to-end flow of test cases, right? So that is the basic difference between test scenario and test cases. Is this clear?
Yes, sir. I got it.
Now, let's, why do we write test cases?
So it is impossible to perform testing without any proper planning.
Hmm,
So that's where the test cases will come. The test cases will be found under a phase called test uh, designing, and also in test execution, where the software testers will be involved in performing test cases. So test cases is more important. Like we will be planning how to test with these kind of issues. Like we need to give the positive value also, and also negative value. Sorry, it is a valid input and also invalid input.
hmm,
So it helps to have a plan. It is
hmm.
a documentation.
Right, right. Test cases will actually serve as an evidence. They will be of one kind of a
Evidence.
proof, right?
Proof.
What all things you have tested, what are all the different facts. So was the testing pass, what was the testing result, it was fail. So all those things can be known only through test cases. Test cases will expose the errors or defects, right? And it is actually one of the better organized level of work that you are doing with respect to test cases, right?
So after performing testing, we are documenting, and also we need to document with our clients.
No. So we are documenting.
So it will be helpful.
Before to the testing. So before you do test case execution. So prior to that, you will first write test cases. Once your test cases are ready, then only your test case execution need to start, right? If your test cases are not ready, then you should not start with the test case execution.
It is perfect.
Until unless someone tells you to do ad hoc testing or exploratory.
Yes, sir.
But make sure that you understand the requirement, you design test cases. Once test cases one test cases design is done, you are written, you have completely written the test cases, then test case execution will start. Okay.
Test case. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, is my screen visible?
It is sharing. Yes, sir. It is visible.
So
I got to see a domain website called ICICI Bank. So it is the we can perform a number of actions here.
Yeah. So can you tell me high level test scenarios? How will you test this website?
Okay. So can I assume the requirements?
Yeah, so this is the requirement. So this in this case, you don't have the requirement with you. You directly have the live application with you.
Okay.
Mhm.
So
So what
first
are
of
all
all,
the things that you are seeing on the web page? On the basis of that, you have to write the test scenarios. Yes.
Whenever our customers will try to go into this page, so when they click on the URL, they need to be redirected to this domain. So it will be first step, and then we need to check for the logo and color and the font size and font size of the ICICI Bank. So it should be according to the requirement, and there are so many tabs like personal, NRI, business, corporate, gift city. Below that, there is a search bar for searching the products and services. I think we need to log into this website. So for the login credentials, the user should give the valid username and password. So we can test like giving a valid username and invalid password, and invalid username and valid password. He or she should not be able to log in into this website. And then if he's a new user, he can also log in using his own personal number by getting the OTP, and then he can create a new account. So after that, there are uh, uh, there are tabs like accounts, cards, loans, invest, insure, pay, offer, offers, campus power, like that. Mm, so after logging in, the user can check the balance amount he has in his account, and how many transactions he has done for the recent times. So after that, the ads going on below the tabs should be valid to the users, like they are offering some discounts on the ICICI Credit Bank. So we need to check so the user should be eligible for that offer, and personal account is for employees, and then the people who are using them as a basic bank account rather than salary account is different. And for NRIs, there should be a tab called the phone numbers of them should be in foreign countries, and also the address should be in foreign countries. We can test like in NRI tab, we are giving Indian number and also in Indian address. It should not accept. And there is a helpline number called call 18001080. So we just need to check it once, so it is valid or not, and it is correct or not. Rather than this website supports iPlay, digital banking, like that. I'm not sure, but I think it is these are applications where we can also check and perform actions on our bank account. So after checking the bank account, if he or she needs to transfer the amount to a specific account holder, he or she should type the correct bank account number. So
Right.
after typing the valid bank account number only, the further process should be taken, or else it should show a notification like the bank account number is invalid. And also, if he or she is trying to make a payment in the debit card where he has no balance or a very limited balance, rather he is typing the more number of amount, it should give a pop-up message like your bank account is not up to the level, like that.
Correct. So whenever you are asked to, tell test scenarios in the real-time interview, so you have to use keywords like verify, validate. So you will verify the products are getting searched on this using this particular feature, or you can verify the products are getting searched even with the audio option, right? You will verify the UI is displayed properly. You will verify the UI UX is displayed properly in multiple browsers, right? Edge, Safari, Firefox. Then you will verify, see, this page is not about login, right? Username and password. That is a separate thing. So for this particular page, you will just verify whether these tabs or these links are clickable or not. Whether this corporate, when you click on this menu, so are you able to see further sub tabs or not? So those kind of things you have to verify this fixed deposit 7.1% PA is displayed properly, right? Now you can scroll down. Over here, you have to enter the name, right? So you will verify all the names. Then you will verify these options are working, right? If you click on any of these options, it should take you. Then you will verify this text is properly displayed, right? You'll verify all these links are working, right? So then you will verify the copyright option 2023. So this is a page related to UI UX. So all UI UX related test scenarios you will tell over here in the real-time interview. Okay. Now, what is join in SQL?
Okay, sorry. What I thought is it will ask for login ID first.
Yeah. So it depends on the interview, right? See, sometimes they might open the login page before you and they will ask you to write those test scenarios. Sometimes they might open payment page of the Amazon.com and they might ask you to write test scenarios or tell test scenarios. Sometimes they might just open the random websites and they might ask you to tell the test scenarios. So you have to analyze that website, whether that is a UI UX related things on that website, or whether you see some functionality on that website, or sometimes you just see the images on that website. Sometimes you see that particular website in a different manner in mobile, right? So what website is shown to you in a real-time interview? Based on that, you have to answer, right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, every time login cases might not be asked, right? Sometimes the interviewer might be in a different mood to ask some different questions. See, login questions are very obvious. So generally, they avoid asking these questions in an interview, right? Because everyone knows what are login scenarios, right? But they might ask you such questions differently. Right?
Okay, sir. Understood.
Okay, now what is join in SQL?
Join is a kind of method or a function where we used to join two different tables.
Then
that's it, sir. I know.
Okay. So what is a join? A join is a clause which is used to combine rows from two or more tables.
Two or more tables.
Right. So that's how you can give the example. And then you can take a simple table. For example, there is an orders table in which you will have order ID, customer ID, order date. And then you have another table, which is customers table. Again, in that you have customer ID, customer name, contact name, right? Now, customer ID is similar, right? It is there in the orders table, which refers to the customer ID in the customers table, right? So relationship between these two tables is the customer ID column. So you can create an SQL statement with an inner join that contains an inner join, right? And that selects records that have matching values in the both tables. Okay, now what is self-join?
Self-join. I'm not sure, but I can answer like self-join is uh, uh, where we can join row and columns in uh, same table or different table.
See, I'll explain you what is self-join. Let me give you an example. Okay. Now, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, it is visible.
So self-join is the concept where two instances of the same table will be joined in the query, right? So employees table, which contains rows for normal employees as well as managers, right? So we will try to find out the managers of all the employees, right? So you will need a self-join. So this is an example where you can see a table, right? And so you can so you can see this query, create table, right? And you have employee ID, manager ID, right? And we will write all these queries. Insert EMP, select 1, 2, in the single inverted comma yes, right? Now,
Yes, sir.
now this is the normal query. Now, if I want to use join in this particular query, then this will be an advanced query using a left outer join that even returns the employees without managers, right? So what is our intention is? Intention is to find employees with their managers, right? And with this particular query that is being answered, right? So you can take this particular example and you can explain this in an interview. You can see this query in which they have used left outer join.
Left outer join. Okay, I can grasp it, sir.
Yeah. So SQL related questions also you can expect in an interview. Okay.
Okay, sir. So I will start preparing for that also.
Yes, yes. Okay, Prajwal, I'm done with the interview. Do you have any questions for me?
First of all, congratulations on reaching 1 lakh subscribers in your page, sir. So it is a
Thank
good
you.
thing, and keep encouraging young talents like us. And
Thank
then I would like to get my feedback. So it will be helpful to develop.
So you have to work on deriving test cases, deriving test scenarios, coming up with the test scenarios. How you will test some particular application, how you will test some particular website, whether it's web application or it's a mobile. So you have to work on your analytical skill set, right? What are all the different things that you can think for that website? Then learn SQL, right? For SQL also any type of questions can come. And then once you get the time, once you are prepared with manual testing and SQL, go for real time. Right? Hello, Rajwal, am I audible? Hello.
Okay,
Hello,
sir.
Rajwal.
I will.
Yeah. So was I audible?
Sorry, your video got paused. Your video got paused and your voice was breaking.
Okay, no worries. So yeah, so are you now comfortable? Are you now able to understand what is the feedback, what all improvement you need, in which all areas you need to work on?
Yes, sir, I got it. So I need to work on more number of test cases, and I need to have a knowledge on it. And then I need to have a vast knowledge on how the domain will work, so I can explain to my interviewer. And also I need to have some knowledge on SQL also.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's it, Prajwal. And thank you so much for coming on our channel, and wish you all the best for your future.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So have a great weekend.
You too.